Hey everyone, so we have a new lesson. This week we're using a Dave Gilmour style thing. So we're actually taking licks from Comfortably Numb solo, and it's one of those epic solos where you can take a lot from it. You can get a lot out of it and just apply it into your own playing. The licks are fairly slow, but you'll need to try and play about with the way in which you attack the strings to get the right tonal quality out of these as well. But essentially you've got 5 licks from Comfortably Numb, the second solo, which is the outro solo. There is a backing track on Patreon, it's all free, go on there, jump on that, but you have to become a member. And the tab is free on my website. Please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so, and share this video with all your guitar buddies that might be interested as well. That is it. I will leave you with the licks coming up, and yeah, not much more to say about it. There we go. See you in a mo. Okay, your first lick starts with a pull off from the 10 to the 7 on that second string. So it says a slight harmonic on the tab as well. So if you get that, you get it. If you don't, so you end up with that slight pinched harmonic onto that 7th fret from the 10. So if you're not used to your pinched harmonics, first thing to try and do is with a plectrum, as you're striking the string, the fleshy bit of your thumb hits the string straight after you pick it with the plectrum. Now the reason that I think they're called pinched harmonics is because you pinch that plectrum just slightly harder, and then therefore that connects with different points on the string to connect and make that artificial harmonic in a sense. Anyway, that is not essential for the lick. So what we're going to try and do is pull off from that 10 to the 7 to the 9 on the 3rd string to the 7 on the 2nd string. Pull off, this time when you pull off from 9 to 7 on the 3rd string, you've got a blues curl. So, and it's very quick, so if you're not used to these kind of blues curls, I would suggest practicing those and maybe just sort of trying to get that sort of sound. So the idea is that you're ever so slightly bending it out of pitch just as you come away from the note. So don't bend it too much first, don't try and go like that. You want just to hold the note, and as you're going to come off of it, hook that bend about a quarter of a tone. So it's very important for these licks as well, for that bluesy vibe. So just try and get those as best you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. You'll still get something which resembles it. After the blues curl, you're going to that 9th fret on the 4th string. Important once again to add the vibrato. Now I can't remember whether Gilmour uses the trem for this or not, but for the purpose of people that don't have trems, we're going to use it with the left hand vibrato, or right hand if you're left-handed. Okay, now going into the next note, which is the 9 on the A string, I do a little slide into it. So you get that, which is almost, I guess, from the 8th fret into the 9th fret, but you're not really emphasizing the 8th fret, so you're just making the movement up to the 9th fret and then picking the string before you reach that 9th fret itself. So that's the 9th fret on the A string. So you play that. 2 strikes on the 7th fret then on the D, with vibrato once again on that 7th fret, the 2nd strike. To the 9 on the D, 7 on the G this time, with vibrato I would say as well. So you're going to get that sort of sound. And then a very quick pull off from the 9 to the 7 D string, back to that 9th fret with vibrato to finish the lick if you can. I'll play it slow for you now, so it will sound something along the lines of this. So 1, 2, 3 and there you go. Let's move on to lick number 2. Lick 2 starts with a standard kind of Chuck Berry-esque, if you like, bluesy standard lick, which is the 9th fret on the 3rd string, full tone bend. Then your 7 on the 2nd, 7 on the 1st, roll that finger across as always. And then, which is your 1st finger, pull off from 10 to the 7 on the 2nd string. So you have... and then it's 9th fret to finish that, if you like, on the 3rd string. Right, so practice that if you're not used to that lick. It's quite straightforward, but it's one which you can put into your playing all over the place, so it's a really useful lick to use. Then we have a fairly quick bend up, let down, pull off to the 7, so it's like that. Okay, where you're bending the 9th fret 3rd string, full tone bend, let it down, pull off to that 7. You can pick it if you want to, but I suggest pulling that off. And then 9th fret on the D string. So that's all on the first half of the 2nd beat. So, and then you roll the same finger, 3rd finger, on the 9th fret at the moment, which is 9th fret of the D string, but you roll that across to the G for the 9th fret as well. So economy as you go through. So rather than using different fingers where you don't need to, bring in the same finger to do the job. And then you're going to pick your way through 9, 7 on the G, 9, 7 on the D, 9, 8, 7 on the A, and then as you've picked that 7 on the A, you slide that down to the 5, and then it's 7 on the E, and then 5 with loads of lovely vibrato on that 5th fret on your A string. I'll play it slow for you now. Here we go. So 2, 1, 2, 4. And again. There you have it. Let's move on to lick number 3. Lick number 3 goes along the lines of this. You have the 7th fret, 3 strikes on that with some lovely vibrato or tremolo action on this one. And then you have the 9th fret, so you can look at these X's on the tab as well. You can add those sort of percussive strikes in, which if you're used to them, great. If not, they may confuse what you're reading, but I would say just look at the notes for now and then try and add the flavours in as you go along. So anyway, you've got your nice 3 strikes on that. You can pick it directly on the string or do as I do and sort of rake down just to give me a little bit more power onto those. Your full tone bend, 9th fret 3rd string, and then 7, 7 on the 2nd and 1st string. Then it's a pull off once again. You can see a theme here, right? A pull off once again from the 10 to the 7 to the 9 on the 3rd string. So you got, sorry, do that again. basically that. And then a quick bend up, let down, off to the 7, and then to the 9 on that 4th string. So with the beat 3 and 4, you have something along the lines of. I tend to pre-bend actually the 9th fret bend on that last one, and then bring that down. But you don't have to, as the tab says. You can bend it up and let down. All depends how much time you've got, how you're feeling. Doesn't matter, at the end of the day it's going to sound very much like the lick itself. So after that, next bar, so you have 9 on the 3rd string with a blues curl. Once again, really important blues curls on that 7th fret 3rd string, and then 9 pull off to the 7 to the 9 on the 4th. Then you have the 9, very quick 9, pulling off to the 7, and then to the 5 is still on the A string. And then you've got 7 5 7, which is the A string, 7 5 pull off, and then 7 on the 6th string, the E, vibrato on the 5th fret A string, and then 7th fret to finish that with. Now it's got quite a staccato feel on the original recording of this, so with that kind of, I guess, the last bar of this lick, you have something like where would it come in from? Something like this anyway. So you stop in the notes short on some of those. So you know, you're starting to bring that. So after every 3rd note, you kind of bring it in that staccato feel. And that's your Dave Gilmour feel on that one. So anyway, there we go. Shall I play it slow? They're all fairly slow anyway, so it seems pointless playing it slow, but I'll do it anyway. And again. Let's get on with lick number 4. Here we go. This one's a nice simple one. So we have a reoccurring lick, basically repeating lick, as all great blues players should have, comprising of, if you include the double stop, 5 notes. So it's actually fairly straightforward. It's not so straightforward to get the, I guess, the rhythm of it and the way that it's sort of the staccato side of things, but that's something which you can practice as you go through. Now, first initial part, a double stop blues curl, which is on the first, sorry, it's not, it's on the 2nd and 3rd strings on that 7th fret, which is basically like that. So you can see how far I'm bending those strings. Hopefully, I'll do it again. Not a lot, okay. And then the next 3 notes after that, you have the 9 pull off to 7 on the D string, and the 9th fret on the A string. So, and that's the first part of your lick. All important note coming up next with the vibrato on that 7th fret of the D string. So, and then you have, which you could do as a double stop, but I would suggest just doing 9 7 9 on the D string. So, and then it repeats. And that's that lick. It's straightforward. So putting the staccato notes in, that 9th fret on the A string, that's a note which you want to stop short, and then the 9th fret on the D string is the one that it's all indicated on the tab anyway. So, but it's basically the 9th fret on the A and the 9th fret on the D, and you want to keep them short. So, and it gives you that sort of bounciness to it. Great lick. There you go. I'll play it slow if you need me to, and here it is. 3 4 and Let's get on with the final lick. Lick number 5 is quite a beast, this one. Not so easy this. So you start with the 17th fret on the first string, a full tone bend. Straight to fret 19 to 21 with a semitone bend after that. And then there's a series of kind of bend ups, so you've got 2 bends. It says to 22, but I would stick with the 21 because you'll bend into fret 22 anyway, so that's all that's meaning. So. And then after you've gone, bend up, let it down, bend up, and then down, kind of up with vibrato. You bend up, let down again, and then you've got your hammer on pull off from 19 to 21 back to 19. So with vibrato, if you can probably, well, you will find it easier to use your tremolo for that. And then you've got 3 strikes of the 17. Get ready with your third finger because you're going to bend this as well. Brings you into that. So that's like 3 strikes of the 17 on that second string. A bend up, let it back down without hearing it, and then bend up, let down, pull off to the 15. To the 16 on that third string. Back to the 17 on the second string with vibrato, and then with a blues curl on the 15 second string, 17 on that second string, bend up, semitone, let down, pull off to 15 on the second string, 16 twice, second time with vibrato on the third string, and then you've got 14, 16 third string, 14 on the 4th with vibrato, and then a blues curl from the 12th fret to the root note of B on that 14th fret on the A string. That's that lick. I'll try and play it slow, but I can't guarantee it's going to come out right because it's quite a tricky one, but you'll get it. So best thing to do is to listen to the original and see how you can pick up the nuances from that. But anyway, we end up with... That should have been hammer on pull off. Something along those lines. As you can tell, I hate playing things slow. It always goes wrong. But anyway, there you are. That's me. Back to me to send you off for this video for this week, and I'll see you next time. We're back at the end. So for those interested, I'm using Charlie and John strings. Thanks for those guys for sending me strings. They sound absolutely awesome. So there'll be a logo pop up on screen just there. And pedal board that I'm using. So I'm using a Tonex, which is quite good fun. Loads of different tones on that, but I'm using a Plexi setting. I'm not sure what Gilmour would have used for this, haven't researched it, but I'm using a Plexi setting on this with a Wampler, oh yes, a Brian Wampler pedal called a Plexi Drive Mini, which is absolutely flipping awesome. Check those out as well, all the links are below. If you want a backing track for this, it's on patreon.com/dance page, link below as well. Tab is free on my website, which is also linked below, all of that sort of stuff. If you do like this video and you've got this far, please do consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hit that bell button for all the future notifications, and that was easy to say. And I will see you, hopefully, all here next week. Again, that was easy for me to say. That's it for this week. I will see where we end up next time, and I bid you all a farewell and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thanks everyone that comes and stops by, gives it a thumbs up. You are all awesome. I shall see you all soon. Bye.